So what I'm going to do is, so I'm on this is a Blade server, or they call it a race server. It's kind of like a Blade server. Everyone's got their own. And what I was mentioning is that the performance this morning was not that great, and you can always tell when it's a network issue when you have trouble with pixelation and that kind of thing. So it was at least partially due to the network. I did send out some emails trying to get them to see if they could fix something. Maybe it'll be a little bit better this afternoon, I hope so. All right. You can minimize this. If you move your cursor to the top, you can minimize this, and that brings you back to your local session, which for you would probably just be the screen background. That's your local machine. And then on your, if you do minimize it, it shows up down here on the taskbar, you can maximize it. The black background is the North Carolina machine. For those of you who don't know, SAS headquarters are in North Carolina. And then the only thing that you're going to need to do on the local machine is at the very end, I would like to ask you to go to the screen background, double click on the course evaluation, little owl there, a picture of a little owl, and if you would fill out that course evaluation, that would be great. Okay? Actually, there's two owls, but it's the blue owl. Okay. So, actually, I need to be there for the shape. So most of this course is not PowerPoint slides, thankfully. Most of it is a follow-along workshop. You don't have to follow along. Some people don't want to follow along. They would just rather watch, and that's fine. If you do follow along, the instructions are in the book. That is the step-by-step instructions for the workshop are in the book. So I'll be yelling out page numbers as we go. All right? So what we're going to really mostly cover today is Enterprise Guide. That is part of Office Analytics. Enterprise Guide is kind of interesting. I mean, it can be part of the platform. It can be a platform client, but Enterprise Guide can also be licensed as a standalone product. And some of our customers do have Enterprise Guide as a standalone product. Of course, it has base SAS behind it. However, we're going to be using Enterprise Guide as a client to SAS Platform, which is an enterprise or server install of SAS. Okay? And so a lot of the stuff we do here, you can only do if you have SAS BI, or what we call the SAS Platform for analytics. And that's what we call it here, SAS Business Analytics Platform. And so there's a lot you can do here. The idea here is that we've done a server install of SAS and several SAS servers, and we communicate with those SAS servers from PC-based or desktop-based applications. One of those is Enterprise Guide. This morning we used Excel and Word and PowerPoint to communicate back to the SAS servers. Today we're going to actually use a SAS application to communicate that back to SAS. All right, so that's kind of what we show here. Is that Enterprise Guide is kind of accessing all this stuff that's out on this SAS platform. All right, and we can do stuff. We can access SAS and other data. It doesn't have to be SAS data. It can be other database data. We're going to be using tasks and wizards. Now, again, for those of you that were here this morning, we use tasks and wizards in the Microsoft Office application. Some of those same tasks and wizards you're going to see in Enterprise Guide. So there's a lot of crossover between the two. And we'll show the ability to export your results to other applications, as well as run some of your applications in a web page. And when you're running them on the web, that's part of BI. That's part of SAS BI. Now, what we show you here is a project. And a project is kind of like a program flow. Okay? So rather than having to type out the program, rather than having to write code, because nobody really wants to write code anymore, what you can do is you can use our tasks to create. When you create a task and run it, that task becomes part of your project flow. And your project flow can include multiple tasks. Some tasks might be using output from other tasks. All That's what we show here. And we're going to do this. We're going to create a project flow. So we're going to have a lot of fun. All right. You can access many types of data. We show a few of those types here. Some of the more popular ones like Oracle, DB2, CSV. A lot of people have data in comma-separated text files. So we've got CSV files out there, Excel. There's a lot of other stuff. Teradata is pretty popular. Sybase, SQL Server is pretty popular. So there's a lot of different types of data we can access. All right? And it's going to be transparent, meaning that when you see a table, you are not going to know if that table is Oracle or SAS or DB2 or Teradata. You're not going to know what it is unless some people use the name of the table to queue, so that I know. Maybe I'll call it Oracle Table 1. Well, then I know it's an Oracle table, if that's what you name it. But